Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at the 2017 film Get Out, brought to us by Jordan Peele. This is the story of two young lovers, Rose and Chris, who are going to go back to the small town and visit her family, Rose's family that is. And one little thing is that Rose is white, Chris is black. Now, Rose has no problem with this, but Chris is a little apprehensive going to, rural America as the black man, going to meet the white parents of their white daughter, his white girlfriend. This makes him a little uncomfortable. Seeing as this is a horror film, of course, it's going to be uncomfortable in some way, because that's the whole premise of this film, is uncomfortable. There are many people out there who feel this movie is, to use the term that, reverse racist. No, it is not. This is definitely it has touches on a lot of things about racism and social commentary on racism and racism in America and just overall general social commentary, which is what I think a lot of good horror does, and this one does that. You do get, I think, a very good story, and it's probably one of the best horror films I've seen in years. Now, this is leans more towards the psychological than it is towards the gore and the slasher type horror. But I think you still get a little bit of that type of stuff, which I think some of you will enjoy. But I think you just get a great movie overall. Not just a horror movie. You get a great movie in general. And a lot of times, people will say, oh, this was a great horror film, kind of like saying how it's not really a good movie, but for horror it was good. This is just a good movie, period. I think a lot of that does with the script itself. I mean, you've got good doses of humor when you need it, but there's still plenty going on that really kind of gets under your skin and really kind of makes you think and feel and just kind of like, what the hell's going on? Because at times it kind of twists you around and you really never can quite pinpoint exactly what's happening. You get little hints and glimpses, and you're going back and watching a second time, you pick up on things where it's like, oh my God, they were nodding at that, they were nodding at this, they were hinting at that, and you pick these things up now that you know the answer. It's kind of like a Sixth Sense type of thing. You also have great performances throughout. Daniel Kaluuya, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, as Chris and Allison Williams as Rose. Both do great performances. You got some veteran actors with Catherine Keener and Bradley Whitford as Rose's parents, and just a supporting cast in general that does a very, very good job. On a scale of 1 to 10, man, this is... Okay. My scale of 1 to 10 is going to be a little spoilery, so if you don't want spoilers, don't listen to this part. It's kind of like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, great movie, meets The Stepford Wives. And it's kind of like that mishmash. It's got this kind of, it's hard to describe without completely blowing everything. So I don't want to spoil everything, but yeah, it's got this great thing going on, and I love where it went, and I love just the whole journey there. So it's not like I can say, oh, this part was weak and that part wasn't. And there are people who are like, oh, why are all the bad people white and all the good people black? Okay, it's a small isolated group of white people and a handful of black people. And if you're going to say that this is representative of all people, stop it. Now I know that people saying, well, people say that with how blacks portray. So okay. Look at every movie made in the 70s and 80s, and every time there's a criminal, it's pretty much a black guy. And now I'm getting into social commentary, and I don't want to do that. That's what the movie is for. So I'm going to let the movie speak for itself. And if you can't get beyond that and see the actual underlying things that is trying to be told by this film, and you just simply go, white people bad, black people good, then the message is lost on you anyway. So, and I could go on about this for a long time, and I'm not going to. So I'm just going to say, this is a movie we're seeing. In general, whether you like horror or not, I think it's a movie we're seeing. I think it's just a very well-crafted film. And when I first heard Jordan Peele was doing it, I didn't have the hopes. I shouldn't say I didn't have high hopes. I was expecting much more along the lines of kind of a scary movie type thing. When I first heard Jordan Peele's doing a horror film, I'm like, oh, like a scary movie type thing, because Jordan Peele's really funny, and it might be better than scary movie because they're kind of okay and then they get really bad. So I'm like, cool. And I find out, no, this is straight up fucking psychological horror. And I'm like, what? And then I find out, he's like a big horror fan. I'm like, what? Because somehow in my mind, a comedian can also be a horror fan. But yeah, great film. Definitely worth checking out. And that's all I got for this one. Until next time, stay safe out in the wasteland, folks. And watch out for those evil, evil white people. Like me. Yeah.